It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. Tell him, Canada Dry.
It's time for DAG. It's Dynamite After Dark, and I'm so scared.
Choo choo, kaboom! Hit it, what's his name? Who sings our song?
Zach.
Yeah, hit it, Zachary.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. Tell me all your information. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know.
Anything goes. It's Dynamite After Dark.
You know what time it is? Kaboom! That's right. It is Wednesday night. You know what that means. We get down, we get dirty, we get funky. Because we are not a trios anymore. We have elevated ourselves. We have evolved into the gruesome foursome. I am, of course, your one and only savior. No, that's not true. That's that guy over there. I'm just your one and only bald-headed, shiny going. I am the JFB, James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada Dry, damn it.
Oh, yes.
Goes
Coming
down
in.
smooth and bubbly.
Yeah, coming in, batting in third. He is our RBI machine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, the draw, Trey J. Styles.
It is amazing that I missed last week, and I really missed hanging out with you guys, but I was sick, and you guys did an admirable job without me. But the show is just never going to be the same without us.
Yes.
And now, with a permanent new fixture,
Yeah.
the show will never be the same.
No.
It's going to be better because the greatest hair in all of professional wrestling is the permanent co-host. So now we got the greatest hair, the best looking person that ever lived, JFB and Homelander.
Who's Homelander?
You.
I'm Homelander.
Yes, you're Homelander.
Because you're a bad mamma jamma.
You look just like him when he's off camera.
Yeah.
Is this
Maybe
true?
he really
Does anyone
is
else
him.
see this? Do you see
Yes,
it, Joseph?
absolutely. Somebody posted in the comments that if you look up the guy who plays Homelander, he is a spitting image of Canada Dry.
Yeah, he is. I will 100% agree with that statement.
I want to see Joseph Graham eating some cereal next week to start the show.
He got to eat his cereal with a knife.
Yes.
Snap through, you know.
I'll get like a shish kebab skewer or something.
Luke, you're gonna stab those Cheerios, yo. Batting fourth, our cleanup guy. He's the one who hits the clutch home runs when we need it. It's not Big Poppy. It's the serial killer, Golden Graham. Say hello.
Hello. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm good. Nice and tight, nice and ready.
And
to
he's
go.
got more names. He's got the Golden Graham. He's the serial killer. He's GM Joe, the real American hero.
The GM Joe. Yes, he is the real American hero. So, guys, before we get started, I want to. Noob and Company is in the house.
What is up, noobers?
Yeah, Monaco is on. She's speaking on behalf of my friend Roxy. How did Canada Dry get his nickname? No one can replace Trey J Styles. Trey J is the best looking on this show. Man.
You guys want to hear the Canada Dry origin story, how I got this name?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just quickly. So we were just bad doing promos in the chat, and Dallas pipes in, listen, Canada Dry. And I was like, I love that so much. You're trying to insult me. So I'm just like, I'll be Canada Dry.
Dally, he elicits everything. So before we get started with the show, I want us to do not a recap of Double or Nothing, but kind of give our number of bells, what our favorite match was. So let's keep it super quick. Canada Dry, you go first. Number of bells in your favorite match.
And this is out of 5 bells.
How many? Yeah, out of 5.
There's 5 bells, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give it 4 bells.
Okay.
And my favorite match is the so many.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give my favorite match the Orange Cassidy Battle Royal.
Okay.
And my favorite moment is Chris Statlander coming back and becoming the champion. I cried real tears.
I did too. I was so shocked because nobody could have predicted that. Nobody, not even the line. You would have, yeah. Trey J probably would have guessed it.
It's so funny because the whole Chris Statlander thing. If every so often, like I make prediction sheets, and that was one of our questions: will Chris Statlander appear during this segment?
Okay. Yeah. All right, Trey J, for a number of bells, and then your favorite match.
I really enjoyed the Anarchy in the Arena. I think like the spots in it were really creative.
Yeah.
As a whole, though, like I hear a lot of people that said that they compared Double or Nothing to an episode of Dynamite, and I'm like, do you realize what a compliment that is to the episodes of Dynamite, though?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Like the matches were great.
Yeah,
like as a whole, there were definitely some matches that were exactly what you expected out of them. The FTR match was one of those things that you kind of could almost paint by the numbers. Aubrey Edwards getting hit with the guitar, however, was my moment. Like, I know you guys love Chris Statlander, and so do I. But jeez, when Aubrey got hit, it was like it was out of nowhere. Like, they definitely brought Karen in for some big moment, and that was it. Like,
yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it as a whole. The MJF match was great. I think the only problem was there was just no breather between the MJF match, which was super fast paced, and the Anarchy in the Arena. That was the only thing I think that you could really knock. It was just you're trying to put a lot into it. I especially love the fact that Martha was out there even though it was on the pre-show part. Anytime when you get to like kind of honor Martha, because with Fight Forever coming out and Owen actually being in the game, them announcing that Owen coming back again, it is, always to me big news when, her being a part of it and everything. So number of bells for me, I'm going to match Canada Dry's 4 on this. Okay. And definitely, like I said, Anarchy in the Arena and Aubrey Edwards getting guitar smashed.
That was dope. That was dope as hell. Colin Graham, number of bells, your favorite match?
Go 3.5, and I want to say the 4-way pillars match was probably my favorite match.
Yeah, that was such a cool match.
But to copy off of what Trey J said, I know that it's kind of stinks that there was no filler between that match and the main event, but I'm just glad they didn't put a women's match in between those two, because that's usually what they do, and it would have killed any of those matches.
Yeah.
So.
And let me just say that BCC winning this left a horrible, horrible taste in my mouth. And I was pissy for
loved it.
I was pissy for the next hour or two. I was like, shut up, don't talk to me.
But
don't worry.
Said it was the right decision. We just couldn't fathom the Elite coming back to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to be fair, they're going to win blood and guts, guys. So,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely, yeah.
You're going to get the big moment of triumph.
They're going to lose, and then they're going to win this piddly little match on time.
No, this isn't a Chris Jericho feud, okay? Let's be real.
I'll take the pitch.
Look, I love Jericho, but his feuds are definitely very backwards booked.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say
started in Jericho, freaking slap his head.
Yeah. I wanted this pay-per-view to be the pay-per-view that shut up the AEW haters, and it did not do that. I'm going to give it 3.5 bells as well, and there's 2 reasons why. The matches that worked, and they should have worked, and they worked beautifully. The matches that didn't hurt that show, the crowd was horrendous. That's my second
Oh,
one.
that crowd was brutal.
Yeah.
They were sitting on their hands. You think they were in Japan at a New Japan Pro Wrestling event where there's just no clapping.
Actually, I want to change my match.
Okay.
I'm changed to the Wardlow Cage ladder match. I enjoyed that thoroughly. And I thought when Wardlow jumped onto the ladder that he hurt himself. I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My favorite match was the Four Pillars match. Downright, you saw exactly the future of AEW in that ring. I think it did some good for Sammy, and it did some good for Sammy and for Jungle Boy, but it did a major thing for Darby Allin. That guy looked 24 karat solid gold after that match. And you can't deny that's a feud that I will pay $50 every time to see, regardless of what the show. My favorite moment was Statlander too. Aubrey getting hit in the head with the
That's a close second.
That looked
was
rough.
close. Like that close right there. But holy crap, that her coming out when she said, I got an open, it's an open challenge. I don't know why, and I was like, who's not?
I knew it was Statlander the second they said that.
I didn't until she came out, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right, it's Chris Statlander, and I was like, and I just start crying like a little baby.
Didn't I say the last time I was on here 2 weeks ago? I said Statlander was the one that was going to break that streak.
Yeah,
yeah,
but we didn't know what it was going to be like a week.
It was going to be a double or nothing. I mean, Trey J knew because Trey J's got
Let's get into.
Let's get into Dynamite. 5:31. We are coming from live from San Diego.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Yes, stay classy, San Diego. I believe it means a whale's vagina.
Yes.
So we start off with a bang. We start off with the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Lucha Bros and Bandito. Here are my notes. I love Bandito better with the Lucha Bros. It's a more natural fit. Why does he look like a bug with a huge oversized mallet? They're going off on each other. There's no control by the ref at all. It's just anarchy. And love Bandito's standing suplex. What was it, 40-something seconds?
Yes.
I mean, it was a freaking
strength
long.
on those arms.
It was a minute. He was up there.
Yeah, I think he got up to like a minute.
Yeah, he got a whole. He got at least the 60 count.
We should say a wrestling fan 60 count he got up to.
Yeah, exactly. Danielson saying someone slapped Bandito in the face for a bad cover is freaking gold. I love Danielson on commentary. I just like listening to him. My question was going to be, how many tags? How long is it going to take before we see the very first tag of this trios match? It was well into the match before we finally saw our first tag. Yuta looked like $1 million. Yuta looked amazing in this match, and that's something to say because he put on probably the greatest match he will ever have in his entire life. Canada Dry, you go first. Give it to me.
They're really, really trying to push this Yuta thing down our throats.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not liking the taste of it. Maybe if he can learn to cut a promo, this Yuta thing will work. But right now, I'm like, she's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But he's a charisma vacuum. Yeah. And the match was fun. The match was great. The Lucha Bros and Bandito did an amazing job. But they're pushing wheels on us, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay. People's Champ.
I gotta say, we are starting to see this new emergence of a second level of pillars.
Yeah.
Wheeler definitely is one of them. Daniel Garcia, of course, is a big one. And then the other two are very debatable.
Yeah.
But it is very possible that given what we have now, one of those two is going to be a luchador.
Yeah.
Oh, or Takeshita.
Yeah. I'm about saying Takeshita might have the fourth spot locked up, but we got to see what they do with him right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very interesting. The future of AEW is incredibly bright because of these guys. And when we look at this match, it was really a showcase because we know that 4 out of the 6 can perform day in, day out. Bandito and Wheels, of course, are the wild cards here. Wheels is coming off the biggest win or the biggest pinfall in his entire career. Bandito is kind of being bounced between the best hombres or the best amigos, and now with the Lucha Bros, and it's a little bit disjointed because he's not able to cut the promos to really see where he fits. It's kind of like, oh, well, we'll put him with that guy. That outfit, however, was freaking horrendous.
Yeah,
I guess it was a tribute to some of the. Mexican,
it was a tribute to Fire Ant from PWG.
Yeah, I get that, but it was just like sometimes these tributes don't necessarily have to go so far. This was like it wasn't the time for this. Everybody else is wearing black. You just show up in your, Bumblebee guy outfit.
Yeah, it looked like Bumblebee Man.
To be fair, I thought it might have been Curry Man from TNA as well. So
okay, we do not disparage the name of Curry Man. Curry Man is amazing.
I love Curry We love Curry Man.
We almost had an issue. We almost had to find a new host. Graham was about to be fired.
Sorry, Graham, it didn't work out.
Fired on my first day back. But I enjoy this match a lot, and I think that I wouldn't mind seeing more Phoenix and Claudio.
Yeah.
I would love to see, even if it's like in Death Before Dishonor or one of the other ROH pay-per-views. I think that is a match that has some legs. Yeah,
absolutely. Golden Graham, your thoughts?
So this is definitely what needed to happen for you to coming off of Anarchy in the arena. You can't sit there and have him pin Kenny Omega and then just have him just stand around. He needed to be the star of this match, and they did a really good job of doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I made this comment earlier, and I don't know if it's going to come true, but I just get this gut feeling that they are going to heat up Yuta to be the one to beat OC for that international title.
No. God, no! You're like Michael Scott here.
They're making a really big deal out of Yuta here as of late, especially with Danielson pushing him on commentary. It feels like that might be what they're going at.
I'd rather have Swerve. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't be sad with Swerve. I love Swerve. He's great.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we go backstage with the Elite. It was an okay promo. The Bucks are starting to not be those promo guy darlings that everybody thinks they are. They were just kind of blah, and so was Hangman, of course. Dark Order comes out, starts calling out Hangman. Oh, you're with your new friends now, and they walk away. Hangman, for some reason, decides I have to follow them and leaves the promo. Is Kenny Omega there? No, there's talk he might be in Japan. He's in Canada. Someone saw him in Mexico making burritos. We don't know what Kenny Omega is. We just don't know where he is.
Hangman says he's not in Canada, but he is out of the country.
Yeah. So that means he's not in North Carolina.
Trey J, your thoughts really quickly on the backstage.
It's like Hangman is still batting negative 1,000 in promos, and now he's taking people down with him.
Yeah.
He does not have it. I don't know if he needs to take that walk back and okay, look, I know what I said before, but maybe I just need to start listening to some vets on how to cut a promo. Yeah. Nobody believes anything that Hangman says, and then it's like his facial expressions break character all the time.
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy in any wrestling organization that gets pushed the way that Hangman does, but still consistently acts like he just doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. You're 100% right. It was boorish. Mm-hmm. He's always boorish.
Always.
Golden Graham, your thoughts really quick?
I'm just curious as to if Kenny's bringing 1 or 2 guys from Japan with him. There's the rumors because obviously we all know Kota Ibushi, but there's some real strong talk of that Okada might be coming too. So
come on down. Come on.
Yeah, I will not complain.
I'm never going to object to Okada coming out.
I've actually heard rumors that Will Ospreay might be coming next.
Yeah, I think Will is going to be the largest.
They just signed Aussie Open, So, I mean, it really wouldn't be that far of a stretch.
Yeah.
And Will Ospreay is finally actually open to, wrestling in America on a more regular basis. So,
well, a lot of it too is his wife's wrestling in NXT right now too. So
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. He had an interview with.
I wonder if.
Go ahead, Canada.
Sorry. I wonder if being the elite and doing that all the time hinders a lot of these guys' promos, because they're going on there being so casual, and then you go on Dynamite and you're still that being the elite character. Well, we don't need that being elite character. We need the fire of a serious promo.
Yeah.
So maybe, possibly, could that be hindering them?
It's a possibility. I mean, if you're doing it all the time, obviously it's gonna have its wear and tear on you. So we go to
one quick statement though, real quick about that promo. Like, the shoes that he had, the ones that had the exploding bottom on or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to buy those shoes on the 20th when they released. And like they sold out in less than 6 minutes, and it pisses me off because they were like the Spider-Man, like across the Spider-Verse shoes. They had the different leather types, and like so just to see him just ruin that shoe really just upset me in my heart because I could have been mine.
Trey J, you autographed those shoes now, and now they're worth a bundle.
I'm just saying, like I'm just hurt.
That's fine. You're just a little bit tainted. You autograph them, now they're worth money.
Yeah.
God damn it, this shit is just getting real now. God damn it.
Whoa.
And Dynamite After Dark took a dark turn. It's now Dynamite After Dark.
That's a Nerf gun, right? A Nerf gun?
Yeah.
Well, I painted my regular gun Nerf color so I don't get arrested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. He's not John Morant. You don't have to worry about it. He's not John Morant. So he's not doing TikTok videos with her.
He's not John Morant because he has guys around him who will say, "Hey, that ain't the smart thing to do." So,
right.
Shivani's in the ring. He invites Jay White and Soft Serve Soda Jones. Love the fact that they came out. Love how they messed with Shivani. They were talking smack about Ricky Starks. They call out FTR. Starks has no friends. They're slow and dumb because they're from the South. Oh, I know if Dollywood was on right now, she'd be like, excuse me.
We have some of the most intelligent people in the world.
Here comes FTR. We have FTR's next opponents. They go ahead and put the hurt on the FTR, and then out comes Starks. A little too late. I mean, the FTR got a pretty good ass whipping, and then Ricky Starks shows up, and now it's going to be Ricky versus Jay White next week. Cool, man. Golden Graham, your thoughts on this interview?
Oh, I liked it. Jay White is just so good on the mic. He's hilarious. And I'm really looking forward to this tag match. I think it's going to be great. I mean, aside from Juice Robinson and his dumb name, but other than that.
Oh, you mean with FTR?
Yeah.
I fully expect Jay White to win next week. He needs to win something before he goes on to lose this feud to FTR. So
yeah, give him something. Create a belt and just give it to him. So, Canada, your thoughts on it?
I like the passion between the FTR, and I like the quarters just going everywhere. That was a cool moment.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was at first, and they did a close up on the quarters. I'm like, okay. I liked it.
All right, Trey J, your thoughts?
I'm just gonna say one word, and it might not make sense today, but next week it will. Hikuleo. That's it.
Okay.
That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, you think?
That's what I think.
Third member of
That's what I think. I think Bullet Club Gold is going to get their third member because it's like specifically not everyone banned from ringside, just FTR and Juice Robinson. So it's like heel 101 says you got to bring in a third guy for the heel. And Jay White can't afford to lose it, and Ricky Starks can't afford to look bad. So
plus, you don't want 3 versus 2 anyways. So
right, and that's the whole thing. You've already introduced 3 guys on the face side, like. You're begging for this at this point. So Hikuleo is my pick.
Is he a free agent? Or?
Hikuleo the fact that he's been in AEW before, he's been on Impact. He did Impact for a good little while. He's New Japan strong more so than New Japan regular.
Yeah.
So.
I think he might be, because I know Tama Tonga put out a tweet saying, "Hey, Hikuleo, you ready to go get that bag and talk about going to the WWE?" So
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
It's
Could
possible.
it possibly be Tamatonga?
It's hard to say. Tamatonga gives you like, like tag vibes. Really, really
Yeah.
hard. I don't know. Hikuleo still has some solo in him.
And Tamatonga isn't really cool with the World Cup gold.
Yeah.
He thinks that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. I think the fact that Tama doesn't have a New Japan contract, I think, is what's going to hinder him from showing up in AEW. I mean, it could happen, and then it might open up talks with New Japan and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind Tama. I wouldn't mind Hikuleo. I mean, both of them are extremely capable, great talent. So, so we're going to talk about we're not going to talk about the Tony Khan thing. Tony Khan comes on with his big announcement. And so when I say it on the count of 3, I want everybody to say, no, duh. Okay.
Right.
The breaking news from Tony Khan is CM Punk is going to be at the Chicago show. 1, 2, 3. No, duh. Moving on.
Yoda. Is this a Star Wars episode?
It's like the worst kept secret 2.0.
God, he's like, and he tried to look excited. And let me tell you why Tony Khan did not look excited or energized. And that is because he is not taking his Dubby energy. That's right. Dubby energy is what it is. Here it is. You want energy without the sugars, without maltodextrin, without artificial colors and dyes. You want something pure, something that's not going to jack up your blood sugar and not going to give you the jitters. The only way you can do that is by going to our new partnership. Go to w.gg, and then when you go ahead and put a whole bunch of stuff into your cart and you get it ready to check out, use our code FN Wrestling, gets you 10% off. That is right. The code FN Wrestling gets you 10% off of your entire purchase. Tony Khan, I know you're watching. You need to get some, brother. You just need to get some. Use our code and it'll be on its way. We go to our second match. Trent versus Big Bill versus Swerve Strickland in a 3-way. Trent looked really intense coming in. Big Bill is a stupid name. I hate it. I just absolutely hate it.
Come on, it's Big Bill.
It's not Big Bill. There's so many other names he could have gone with. He could have just called himself Huge and then left it at that.
What? Big Will would have even been better.
Yeah, exactly. And Big Bill sounds like a Texan oil tycoon that also dabbles in murdering people that try to oppose him. That's
it has
exactly
that 20-gallon hat on.
Yes, exactly. That's what Big Bill sounds like.
Buffalo.
Yep.
Bill.
Yeah. Big Bill going into Big Bill started with the bug eyes. Thought he might be another stroke candidate as well. Of course, in picture, he's in control 100%. He's got a little swamp ass. Co-op
quickly too.
Yeah, really quickly. Like it almost makes you wonder if he peed. And
He's sweating out there.
No, I mean, if my uncle always told me when you're betting on a horse, the one that craps is the one that wins, and that's all there is to it. So, co-op suplexes are the best. It was a really good win for Swerve. It was an excellent win for Swerve.
Whose house?
Swerve's house. Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts on the second match?
I actually like that they're finally giving Big Bill a bit of a push.
Yeah.
Putting him in the final 3 guys there, I think that was really good for Big Bill. And then having him in this match just comes short. Like he's doing better, and I'm impressed with Big Bill.
Yeah.
But I'm so impressed with Swerve. This guy just oozes charisma, oozes stardom. I really want him to be the guy that takes the belt off of Orange Cassidy.
Okay. People's champ.
I had such low expectations for this match, and I'm glad that I was wrong. Or maybe it was right to have low expectations so that I was actually impressed by this. But it was just it shows, I think, AEW has not done the lower card very well.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that the excitement wasn't there for me. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only person that wasn't excited when they heard this match being announced. Swerve is definitely a star regardless. I think if anybody else had won this match, it would have been like a riot. Swerve is amazing just in his presentation, and you actually get to see that a little bit later during the OC match as well. Just the fact that they bring a chair out for him to just sit at the top of the ramp. Bill was surprisingly agile. He looked about 3 or 4 years younger. He looked like he was back in his NXT days.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not a guy that does well wrestling in pure jeans, though.
No.
The look of it, the stiffness of it, I don't know. It's just maybe you got to get those jeans those tights that look like jeans. I don't know. Whatever, didn't work. Trent was hitting some big body moves though, and that was pretty great on him. I mean, he really kind of balanced between like the power wrestler, but also the speed wrestler as well, where it was necessary. Catching a couple big moves from Big Bill. Of course, Swerve comes in with the mousetrap crucifix, and get the 1, 2, 3, and it looked good. It translated well. There weren't any slow moments. There weren't that whole you don't even really have too much complaint about two heels being in the match.
Yeah.
So it was a really good filler match for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden Graham, your thoughts?
I like the match. It's nice to see because AEW has been doing this recently where you have like a 3-way or especially with the Pillars 4-way match, your typical two people have a match, then 1 or 2 people stay outside the ring and then rotate. It really flows and it makes it feel like a legit 3-way match and it feels great.
Yeah.
My big thing was is Big Bill supposed to be a tweener? I don't because the way he was acting, it felt like he wasn't just a pure out and out heel, but he wasn't a pure baby face either.
AEW has a habit of doing that with their bigger guys. Like when it came to Miro wasn't an out and out heel. Eddie Kingston wasn't an out and out heel during his early heel run. Yeah. A lot of those bigger guys in ring, they have those mannerisms that kind of flow back with the crowd. So
yeah. I mean, really, in all honesty, isn't pretty much all of professional wrestling just tweeners? I mean, realistically,
the NWO.
Don Callis would beg to differ.
Oh yeah, we'll get to slick Don Callis for sure. Holy crap! We get a video package with Chris Statlander retelling her story, and we get Renee with the Acclaimed, and Daddy Ass is on the stick. He feels like he let him down. Max and Bowens, don't blame him. For a second there, I thought they were gonna just super kick him and just get rid of him as quick as possible, but they didn't. Max says he's the best wrestler ever.
Is that the version?
He's not even the best wrestler on his own team.
Exactly. It's exactly like I'm like
y'all realize that this is the first time that Golden Graham's face has been legitimately angry the entire time we ever had him up here. All of a sudden he becomes the 4th member of the show, and now we get the real emotion. It's fuck that guy.
We call this Sunday school, Graham.
Yeah. he was like, now that I'm permanent up here, now I can tell you how I really feel.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the only guy he's the only guy still filming in portrait.
Yeah. Oh man.
I can't get my phone to go into landscape. I'm sorry, guys. I've tried it. It flips up. My phone is really weird. I don't know how to fix it.
All right, let's move along to the next.
Flip phone is the way to go. All right, so Daddy Ass deserves gold one more time. I don't think there's really a lot to mention in this segment. Now we get to the meat. Tony Schiavone is in the ring, and out comes Don Callis and Takeshita.
Take a shitter.
Yeah, take a shitter. Callis has. I don't care what you say. You can't buy that kind of heat he got. Dominic's heat is vastly inferior to the heat Don Callis got. And that man did not break once. Heel promo 101. He did not break.
You know what? He was also loving the booze. You could see it in his face.
Oh,
He was
Yeah.
soaking
He was
it in.
reveling
He's like,
in it.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean it was feeding him. You could tell, and like he blames Kenny for everything, and their destiny is to destroy the elite and Omega, but he never really answered the burning question that was asked at the beginning of the show: is he part of Blackpool Combat Club? And he didn't answer it, so it just leaves a lot up in the air, which I like. And you need that. You need that air of mystery. Is he or isn't he? Canada Dry, go for it.
Yeah, I absolutely love that they're not giving this result to us. We're like, come on, just tell us.
Yeah.
But that's like making us wait is so good. I
Yeah.
feel like wrestling fans want it now, and WWE always just gives it to you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll tell you like the next week. They'll tell you why.
Yeah.
And they don't always do that with us with AEW, and I love that. Yeah, it was great heat, and he was just soaking it in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He wore it. He wore it well. People's Champ, your thoughts?
I mean, when you want to teach a master class on how to be a heel in 2023, Don Callis has really explained it.
Yeah.
It goes to show you that there are still two AEWs, though.
Yeah.
There is AEW, which is kind of fly by the seat of his pants with some of the newer guys. And there's AEW that is run by the vets.
Yeah.
There is a vast difference between the stories that are run by the vets and storytelling that's done by vets and people who understand the business. And some of these newer guys who are like, yeah, I can do cool moves and I can bore you if my name is Hangman Page. Like those guys are very different. And Don Callis really explains why that is so important, because he took control of the show, even though it seems like the crowd hijacked it.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't.
Like the fact that he kept talking through it and kept putting it over. And then like even the camera work of how they kept Takeshita in the shot while the boos were raining down. That is brilliant. Like that is direction right there. Yep. So gotta love it. You start to see, we always look at some of the improvements of AEW over like the 4 years that they've been in business, and stuff like that is one of those things you got to point out.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden Graham, your thoughts, brother?
Oh, I love this promo. Like Don Callis is just pure gold.
Yeah.
I'm curious because he had a line in there where he said he's going to build his own family. So to me, that would imply that he's not in Blackpool Combat Club.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it could just be a swerve.
Yeah.
But I will say the last time I remember some heat like this that really sticks to my mind was Kevin Owens and Elias in Seattle. Yeah. On a Raw promo, and it was like they just sat there for 5 minutes and the crowd just let them have it. Like that was the last time there was something that like what happened tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
As it reminds me of Roman Reigns' Raw promo after he beat Taker.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the other one I was going to say, where he just stood there, didn't say a word.
Couldn't say a word.
Vicky used to get heat like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she couldn't even get a word in when she'd say, excuse me. They just boo her so much.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who know how to get that kind of heat and how it sticks. We get a video package with Wardlow. You know, it is what it is. Let's go to our third match. The Gates of Agony the Gates of Agony versus Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. Here are a couple of my notes. Gates went on the attack early, often, and basically beat the living hell out of Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy for about 7, 10, 11 minutes. I mean, just beat the ever-living hell out of them. Fly shoulder block by Toa. Holy Christopher Columbus. That guy played rugby. That's a rugby tackle. That's not an NFL tackle. That's I'm going to put you in a hospital because you're playing in a sport with no pads. Gates in control during the picture-in-picture. Orange comes out, starts getting cleaning house. Sting comes out. Darby Allin gets the...
Ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Strike a pose.
It's so crazy.
So-
'cause the face that he made when it froze was just like the chef's kiss face. It's like, oh, that sting.
Yeah.
All right, Canada Dry, your thoughts on the third match?
Which one was this one?
The Gates of Agony versus
Oh,
Darby
Gates of
Allin.
Agony.
Yeah.
This was the best match I've seen them in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They looked great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're showing that they can hang with the only thing is I didn't like seeing Darby try and manhandle these giant beasts. I'm like, come on. Two guys, he's beating up two guys at the same time. I'm like,
Yeah.
Not believable. But other than that, it was a good showing for Gates of Agony and a good win for Orange Cassidy and Darby.
Yeah. All right. Trey J, your
What
thoughts?
else? I want to
yeah.
see Orange Cassidy get away from the best friends. Just do your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't need him.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Calm down.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll tell you guys a story. Once upon a time when I was a freshman in college, we used to do pranks in the dorm room.
Yeah.
And one of the pranks that we used to do was we would throw blankets, like multiple blankets, over top of sleeping people's heads and then hit them with pillows. So then when they got up, they were fighting against these blankets. Now, granted, the blankets weren't able to do really any damage to them because they were much larger people, but you just see them punching at the blankets and it's struggling. And then eventually they kind of tiring themselves out. That's what it felt like watching this match. These guys who were there. And it's like, yeah, but they're like, it's like fighting against mannequins that are, you just toss them around, but gosh, are they just attached to me? Because I'm really starting to hate Stun Dog Millionaire, and then seeing both of those guys who are on the same team do it as a major part of their arsenal irritates me now. Because, you know better at this point. I understand you got to get your stuff in, but come on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just we don't want to see Darby and him together because maybe they're just both too small together.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I gotta say, like, you hit the nail on the head. Those guys should never be dominant in a match against guys like that.
Yeah.
Like, these are still ROH champions. It's like when Gates of Agony went against Dalton Castle and the boys, you didn't see that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like the only person that even stood a chance in the ring with him was Dalton Castle because he's a freak of nature at 175.
Yeah.
Say 175 and benches 400. Like,
and he's a silly little goose.
Silly little goose. Golden Graham, your thoughts, brother?
Yeah. It was a good match. Like, there ain't nothing really to complain about what's already been said. I'm just not really big, and I know like they've been doing this in house shows, but I'm not big on just pairing two singles guys to take out tag teams.
I agree.
It's kind of a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, but
but it does advance the story with Orange Cassidy and Swerve.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they'll do the good for the AEW and not worry about Ring of Honor. Like you can't make those decisions and not have consequences.
Like, I really wish we just had this hard split between AEW and ROH.
I agree.
Like, put the.
I think we're gonna get more matches like this, unfortunately, because there's no Dark and Elevation to go off of anymore.
Yeah,
and so we're gonna get the matches that could have popped off and this could have been your Elevation main event.
Yeah,
and no one would have complained.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to a video package with MJF. Says he's running out of competition. Yeah, that's a question for another day. Shivani's in the ring. Hook comes down. I'm thinking to myself, why in the world are you going to give the kid that doesn't talk the mic to do a promo? And then, of course, Dragalistico comes out. Vance comes out. There's a huge beatdown. Jungle Boy comes in for the save. So now we're going to see Jungle Boy relegated to the mid-card again in a stupid storyline feud that he has no reason to be in. So, Canada Dry, your thoughts on the...
It just seemed like it was like, we don't have anything for you. How about this?
Yeah. Like, you lost the Four Pillars match. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do for you.
Do you want to just go against Vance and what's his name? What's his name?
Dragolistico. All right, Trey J, really quick, your thoughts.
So, Dragon Lee is like really good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. That's all I got to say about this.
Vance, not so much.
That's all. Not even Drilistico. Drilistico is fantastic. Like I followed him more. I think I actually like him more than Dragon Lee. Actually, I just think Dragon Lee gets more props. But Dragon Lee is like pretty fantastic in NXT, and I feel like, yeah, he deserves his props because there is nothing redeemable about this situation. LFI without Roosh and without Andrade is just downhill. This is toilet water, and we deserve.
Could we see that faction go to Collision with Andrade?
Yes,
along with Jungle Boy.
Yeah, and I think that if Collision takes off properly, within 6 months, we'll see a title introduced on Collision.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Oh, Graham, your thoughts. Sorry. I had a brain fart.
Oh, you're frozen.
Yeah. Honestly, like, there was a split second where I thought Jungle Boy was just going to whale that chair on Hook.
I know. I was hoping.
I was like, I thought, are they really going to turn him heel after this? But luckily they didn't. So
yeah,
I think a heel Jungle Boy would be awesome. Because you remember at Double or Nothing, he was thinking about smashing the title.
Yeah.
So maybe this is way to judge.
I think it should be the other way around. I think after this, I think Hook should turn on Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A heel Hook.
Yeah.
Heel Hook would be amazing.
I mean,
he was a heel already.
I mean, anybody that knows how to do it is Taz. I mean, that guy got the elite everywhere.
Yeah.
But if he has to talk. He just can't have him.
Yeah. He's just kind of like chewing gum.
I'm an asshole.
He just Hook should be one of those guys, a few words that just goes out there and just kicks ass all the time.
I think it's because he's got a really high voice like this.
Yeah.
That's why they don't let him talk. Anyways, we get Renee in the back with the Outcasts. I like Tony Storm as a champ. I know it's temporary. I know it's going to be not a very long reign, but we get to our fourth match, and that, of course, is Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose. Here's some of my notes. Really good to see Nyla Rose. I miss seeing my girl. I mean, she's a beast. It was nice to finally see her wrestling again. So happy about Statlander back in AEW. She's got both knees braced. She's ready to go. She can't blow out any more knees. She only got 2. So we got nothing to worry about. Then they go to the back and Taya Valkyrie's there. Why?
Because he's turning heel.
Oh, God. Cannonball Jones, favorite quote of the night. Awesome 450 splash. I mean, awesome. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the fourth match?
I didn't realize how bad of a seller Nyla Rose is.
Yeah.
Like, she did not sell very well at all.
No.
But it was a decent match. And I'm just tired of Nyla Rose. She needs to hit the bricks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, she needs to hit the bricks. Go to ROH. Go somewhere else.
Okay.
Some of those early guys in AEW, they just. Yeah, so proud of Statlander. I love that they're gonna have Taya just turn on Statlander. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Okay. People's Champ, your thoughts, fourth match?
I think that Chris Statlander went out to this match with way too much to prove. Sometimes you got to go with the training wheels. You had a match with Jade.
Yeah.
There were some spots in there that looked nasty, like the trip off the ring when she like kind of hit the back of her head on the thing, and that was probably planned. But you can't really. It's a lot of that's dangerous. Some of the bigger hits, some of the landings that she had were kind of rough for me. And it's like me knowing that she's had a history of injuries and so on and so forth. It's just like, you don't want the cringe factor on on her return.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of parts in that match that kind of worried me.
Yeah.
So I didn't enjoy this match as much as I would have liked to. I did like Taya Valkyrie. I like her slightly different look. Like she cut her hair a little bit, got it like fully pulled back, so she's going like full Sharon Stone. Like totally a good thing. And I think that if done properly, especially if they kind of tease this out, you could have a very interesting situation. Like Chris Statlander does not have to have a long reign with this title.
No, she doesn't. She
I
really
also-
doesn't.
I think she does. I think she does.
I don't. I think see,
Well,
she's
depending
always-
on how long, how short do you mean? Like a couple months? What do you mean?
I mean, she could lose it at she could lose it all out and nobody would be upset.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about you're gonna have
it's still a bit short.
you're gonna have 6 major shows between now and All Out. You're gonna have Forbidden Door. You're gonna have All In. You're gonna have Fight for the Fallen. You're gonna have Fighter Fest. You're gonna have that Beach Break show, and then All Out. If she loses it at All Out, you know it's 3 months.
It
but it's
wouldn't be
3
the end of the world. It wouldn't
No,
be the end of the world.
definitely wouldn't. Also, I love Ruby Soho now that Toni Storm is champ.
Yeah.
Like there's something about Ruby like kind of fawning over her is just it almost seems like it's a setup for like a turn, but it's not. And I think that's what makes it great.
Golden Graham, your thoughts?
I got a couple of things. Like one, I hope they actually give a story to the TBS champion. I'm done with this. Like the comic book bad guy of the week. Here's my title defense. Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Number 2, AEW. We saw a few minutes of it before her match, but they put out like an 11-minute video just recapping everything that's been going on with Chris Statlander. It's a good watch. Go see it. It's really nice. And then I had one more thing, and I just completely forgot.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But
If you remember it, just interrupt us and tell us.
Yeah.
It's just good to see Chris Statlander back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it really is. I mean, it sucks. It seems like every year right around this time she blows out a knee, and you just feel bad. You just feel bad for her. I mean, in terms of her title reign, I think 3 months to 7 months is plenty. I think anything longer than 7 months, you're just wasting it on her when she could be going for the women's championship and then giving someone like Sky Blue or someone new coming into and give them that opportunity to get that TBS belt. That's what the TBS belt should be. It should be the next logical step to becoming the women's champ. So we get a video package of Jericho versus Cole, and then we get into our main event of the evening. We get Britt Baker, DMD. We get Adam Cole. They're a team. They're going to be taking on Jericho and, Saraya. So here are some of my notes. I love that the couple are wearing matching outfits was really sweet. That touched the JFB's hardened heart. Touched it and made it a half a size bigger. Cole and Jericho's picking up exactly where they left off. I love Britt teeing on Saraya. Saraya in charge during the picture-in-picture. Sheeta comes out for the save because the Outcasts are triple teaming on Britt. I mean, it was a good match, but Saraya and Britt Baker should not be brawling. That was the worst fighting I've ever seen in my entire life, and that's even including the Underground Fight Club where we hired third graders to fight each other. Like,
Wait, you hired third graders to fight each other?
we give them a vig.
Literally, the first and second rules are you don't talk
about that elementary school fighting.
Yeah, one job, JFB.
Damn it. Anyways, Canada Dry. What's your
The only
thoughts?
thing that pisses me off is Jericho lost.
Yeah, he did eat the loss.
Why? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, you haven't won since Keith Lee like a month ago.
Yeah.
Does he think that he's such a big star he can have a giant losing streak and it doesn't matter?
Yes.
That's what he thinks. I guarantee you, he thinks that he can get like. Come on.
I mean,
we're all thinking,
but he's Chris Jericho. He can. It's okay. I mean,
yeah, he's untouchable.
He truly is. He truly is untouchable.
yeah, but you got to win sometimes, or your star fades, and it's fading fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna hurt him. I don't think it's gonna devastate him, but I think it's gonna
He
hurt
needs
him.
a couple big wins because you got a whole faction following you. You're like, this is the Chris Jericho appreciation study. We're following this guy. Why?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's part of a bigger storyline.
I mean,
maybe it is the
he
breakup
should
of the JF.
definitely get the win in the next match between the two of them, and then claim that like Cole's match never counted because it was unsanctioned. So realistically, there's definitely legs to it.
Yeah.
But this was an easy win for Jericho. He could have had, you can afford a loss for Cole in a mixed tag match.
Yeah.
honestly, I would have loved to have seen Saraya pin Britt and then just have delusional Jericho talking about how he beat Adam Cole.
Totally.
Like, I think that would have been fun.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Trey J, your thoughts?
As a match, it was serviceable, but there were a lot of spots that were very similar to what we saw. It just had less weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know. The spot that irritated me the most in this match was Adam Cole trying to bait Chris Jericho into walking into the Panama Sunrise, and it was just like, okay, there's certain things that we can suspend credulity to. That Jericho being an idiot is not one of them.
Yeah.
And with Jericho's going to lose this, what's the point of it being the main event? It could have been anywhere on the card.
They've been doing that with Adam Cole ridiculously, like really pushing him into main event spots. And I'm not 100% sure that he's like his in-ring work, his mic. They're not doing. He was so much better in the other place.
Yeah,
he was.
You can say NXT. It's okay.
Are you sure? Because I don't want to get yelled at. But no, seriously, I just don't feel like they're utilizing him properly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And I almost feel like him being with Britt in this is almost hamstringing him.
Well, if you got to look at it this way, though, if they're going to be having him go against MJF soon, they got to put him in the unbeatable category.
Yeah. I think that's what they're doing.
I don't even have a problem with him not losing. It's just, you guys remember how when Tony Storm first came out, I used to give you guys this whole like diatribe about why I felt like this Tony Storm is just not up to par. And it took her basically a year, possibly a year and some change, to get to where she is now, where she is passable and acceptable as champion because she has her confidence back. Yeah. I don't think Adam Cole, after his concussion, has his confidence back yet.
No, I don't think he does.
Yeah,
that's why Jericho's a good person to work with that.
Right. And I think that's why, it's like it's coming off it's not coming off as crisp. It's not coming off as full Adam Cole. We're getting like 66 2/3 Adam Cole.
Yeah. It's muddied is what it is.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
but if you're not crisp like that, should you be the main event guy at the end of the show?
And that's the question.
Yeah.
I mean, anyways, Joseph Graham, you go next.
I said my piece about it already. It was a fine match.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see the women get involved with the men.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Golden Graham.
Yeah.
Now, do you like Jell-O?
Yeah, of course.
Now, do you like the look when people put fruit inside the Jell-O or no fruit?
No fruit.
No fruit at all, right?
Yeah.
That's my question.
No, I was like, where's this going?
Nowhere at all.
You like Jello? You like wrestling? Would you like to get a job being a professional Jello wrestler?
Oh, that would be cool.
I mean, we need a gimmick.
Hey.
There we go.
I don't understand why people put the fruit in the Jell-O. Is that still a thing?
Yes, it's still a thing.
Oh, is it?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't get it.
Like they sell it like that in the little fruit cups now.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're ruining it like in a whole
for everybody now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe Canada's untainted by the mad hattery that goes on in the United States when it comes to our food.
Nah, I don't think that's possible.
I'm Homelander of Canada. Damn
Does Canada have a Chick-fil-A?
All right, guys. Before we
I need to answer to this question. Does Canada have a Chick-fil-A?
No. We have Popeyes though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've only been to Chick-fil-A once, and that was in Guatemala, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm gonna say something. Like, I'm not a big fan of Chick-fil-A. I don't think it's as
you.
great as everyone raves about.
See, God damn it.
In Guatemala, it was great. You know what? In Guatemala,
You know what?
when you go to fast food, it's much better
Hey.
than in North America.
This is on you now. You've caused me to have to get the big gun.
Well, he's easier to shoot. He's over there.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Pointing it at me, you asshole.
Wrong way. Wrong way there, Trey J.
Oh, man. Does your son know you're playing with his toys?
Oh my
I
God.
let my son play with my toys.
That's nice of you.
Yes, right.
Oh man, this show has just gone off the rail completely.
And Dollywood's not even on the show.
I know.
My first full-time show here, and it's just gone off the deep end.
Off
This is
the
Dollywood. We
rails.
wouldn't
You're
be
lucky
over
that you have the black bars that prevented my bullets from hitting you.
Very lucky. And you're shooting the wrong way.
Oh, God bless America. All right, before we get to our number, before we get to our rigmarole, let's do our number of bells favorite match and segment. Canada Dry, you go first.
I'm gonna give this 3.5 bells out of 5. My favorite match of the night would be oh man. It wasn't really anything special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a match of the night for the first time.
Okay. That's allowed. Favorite segment was what again?
Again, there's nothing that really stick out.
Okay. All right. Canada Dry, 3.5. Let's go to Trey J.
I gotta give this a 3, and it's really just because it's so hard to follow like big shows because of AEW's pay-per-view schedule. This felt too much like a hard reset. A lot of your major winners from Double or Nothing didn't appear.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when Tony Khan literally wasted our time with a huge announcement about Collision.
Yeah.
And it's only my favorite part because it's kind of like, did you think that anybody was surprised or
Yeah.
like last week? It's so weird the rollout for this. It's like, all right, you guys, we're gonna have a thing. We're gonna have a new show, and that was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the week after that, we're gonna reveal every place except for the first show.
Yeah.
And then the next week, we're gonna reveal the first show is in Chicago, and then this week, CM Punk's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And next week is CM Punk's match.
Right. It's like I really want them to say, and next week, or it's like next week they're gonna be like,
and next week
we're gonna give CM Punk a live mic.
Danhausen is CM Punk's manager.
you think by the amount of tweeting back and forth between them, you would surmise Danhausen could be a Punkhausen.
I mean, this was one of those shows where nothing was memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say Swerve in that trios match, but it was good.
That was more of like a pleasant surprise because we had lowered expectations for that.
But it wasn't. It didn't still stick out to me because I remembered afterwards.
Just, I don't know. Is the
most horrible, but it wasn't the best.
You said what?
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best.
What was the first match again? I can't remember.
That was the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's my favorite match then.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Go, Graham. Your turn.
So yeah, I'm giving this 3 bells. Like I said, nothing bad, but nothing great. Like Trey J said, this really did feel like a reset after a pay-per-view. You can really tell.
Yeah.
Favorite match is the Swerve Triple Threat match. Love that. My favorite segment is Don Callis, his interview, and a shout out to Shivani and his facial expressions when having to introduce Don Callis. Like, he just looked full and just thorough disgust. It was great.
He is a better seller than 99% of wrestlers with what he does. I mean,
Actually, I'm going to change my match of the night to Chris Statlander just because I love him.
Yeah. Okay, that's allowed. You know what? I'm going to give this 3 bells, pretty much for the exact same reason. It's a reset. It felt like a reset. You know, let's get people into new storylines and yada yada yada. My favorite match of the night was probably Blackpool Combat Club and the Lucha Brothers and Bandito, because it reinforces that Bandito is hands down probably the most multi-tasked, talented luchador / just wrestler in the world. I mean, he's got size, he can fly. I mean, you want somebody to take on Claudio, it's got to be. It's got to be him.
Yeah.
That takes.
You can put him with anybody anywhere on the card. It's going to be a great match.
Yeah. My favorite segment, Don Callis. I mean, I've been a fan of Callis for years because you talk about guys like Dusty Rhodes and you talk about Raven and you talk about all these guys that have a great mind for the business. Don Callis is perhaps the greatest mind when it comes to professional wrestling. He sucked as a wrestler, but he knew how to work the crowd. And
Cyrus the Virus.
Cyrus the Virus. That, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be a professional wrestler and you don't even wrestle for the company and you're getting that heat, forget about it.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
WWE would have fired him by now for getting that kind of heat over a wrestler.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. All right, so what's our composite scores, good sir?
3 1/8.
All right,
3 1/8 bells today.
Okay, we'll take that. It's a solid show.
It gives us a lot of wiggle room for next week, and next week looks like it's going to be really good.
What up, baby?
Exactly.
Yeah. Especially with Forbidden Door being less than a month away. I know they're going to start ramp. Speaking of Forbidden Door, Rampage this week, guys, is stacked with matches.
It is. There's like 3 title matches up there.
It's 4.
Yep. Oh yeah,
New Japan titles on the
line.
New
Japan title, AAA title.
Yeah,
I'm loving this.
Rampage is going to be awesome.
I know what's interesting is they don't like each other. AAA and New Japan, and they're on the same show.
Yeah. Hey Tony Khan, when he's taking W.GG, I'm telling you right now, that cat is on top. He's running 14,000 sports teams, doing fantasy football all at the same time. And
he's thinking about joining AFW.
Yeah. I mean, let's do it. We got a spot for him, I mean,
he's going to hold all the belts in AFW.
Hey, you have a spot in TDS for Tony Khan.
He's going to know exactly. He may have a small advantage.
All right, guys, that's our show. As always, if you're wanting to find us on social media, you can try the search. It's not going to work. Facebook gimmick's going to give you the big middle finger.
Well, if you put an F in wrestling in Google, you'll see the t-shirt store, and then you'll see our website right away.
Yeah, on our website, fnwrestling.com. You go there, scroll all the way down, but it's so far down. You could just easily have looked in the notes right below the YouTube video you're watching right now, because it's got all our social media right there. You don't even have to scroll. It's right
Forget
there.
About it.
Yeah,
it's right below where you hit that like button.
Yeah. Click like and subscribe. Yep. Boing, boing, boing.
We need the sound effects.
I'm working on it. I swear. If you want to, help the show prosper, be able to give you this amazingly awesome content, you got to go ahead and support the show by just getting a t-shirt. That's right. you can go to prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can get the Kool-Aid shirt like the JFB is wearing. You can get the All Effing Wrestling Show shirt, which is our Sunday show.
Whoa, baby!
Hey, you know what they say? Beauty sells is what I'm saying. You can get that shirt, or you can get this one, the one with the middle fingers. Either way, prowrestlingtees.com/a.
You know what? We're sure to have a request for, and I got to put it up tomorrow.
What's that?
The Caleb Bain shirt.
Oh yeah, let's get it back up.
The Pembertons want to wear the PCB shirt to SummerSlam with a bunch of people. So they're going to order a shitload of Caleb Bain shirts.
Yeah, put it up there. Let's get a whole bunch of them out there. You might start trending on Pro Wrestling Tees.
PCB.
Literally sounds like you're saying PCP, and then all I'm thinking of is just drugs at this point.
You know what he's saying lately in the chat?
No, I have no idea. What do you say?
Don't.
Okay.
Just don't. I know this is after dark, but that might be a little bit of too much for.
That might be too dark
this
for
show.
after dark. We don't want to go down that dark path. Now, if you like old school wrestling, you watch episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. One of our favorite wrestlers is going to be premiered on there. You can go support Adrian Adonis by getting his t-shirts. That's right. ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your pro wrestling Adrian Adonis.
You know,
tees.
this shirt is going to be on Dark Side of the Ring.
Is it?
Angie and Adrian's widow have bought a bunch of that shirt. So I'm assuming that they bought it for the show when it was being filmed.
As seen on Dark Side of the Ring.
That's pretty nice.
You can't beat that. Holy Christopher Columbus. Somebody's going to be buying a super yacht after that show. And it's not going to be the JFB. Hey, Ryan, how's that super yacht doing, brother? So you can go to Pro Wrestling Tees, get shirts. What's in store for us, Canada Dry, for the rest of this week?
We have an awesome episode of Wrestle Paranormal on Friday. And then on Saturday, we have, on the Magic of Wrestling, we got Danny Burch from NXT.
Oh, good
on
haul.
the Magic of Wrestling.
That is awesome.
And then on Sunday, we got the All Effing Wrestling Show. And I've been waiting to tell you, we are going to do the best kings in wrestling.
Okay.
So we're gonna have 4 guys, and we're gonna select
who's on that show.
Draft way, and then if we get some multiple picks, we're gonna decide who is the best king in all of this.
Okay.
Solid.
Who's on that show there, Canada Dry?
You want to be on the show?
I think so. Let me check my schedule, but I probably can make it.
We'll put you on the show, and we'll find a fourth.
Yeah. If we have to, worst case scenario, we'll kidnap one of the third graders from the underground.
There you go. The winner.
Oh, man. On behalf of Canada Dry, the People's Champion, Trey J Styles, the serial killer, Golden Graham, I am the JFB.
And remember to just keep fighting.
Oh, yeah. Hit it. This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.